what's up? Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good?
So let's get right into this. Bitcoin hit 24,000. The highest price has been in 2 months. What price will it hit by the end of the year?
I think Bitcoin will probably get up to like 34,720. It's going to be a slow push up. The world is like really just, and we'll talk about Michael Burry later, but the hedge funds, macro investors, institutional investors are just really resetting the prices that they should be bought in at. We kind of did like a dead cat bounce, and we're like in the middle range. This isn't the best time to buy. We'll probably hit 34,000, some change, maybe get up to 35,000 and slide back down. But we should end up positive. We'll have some positive growth in Bitcoin for the year. S&P is pushing up. Everyone put in chat, what's the number I said we should hit for S&P by end of year? We're getting close there. And I think by 2024, like Bitcoin will be back in that 60, 70, possibly 80 range. So you're going to have to hold on tight, but it'll be worth it for a few years for you to hold on to it.
Okay.
So we're talking a longer term investment.
Anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about Bitcoin, but we should also pay attention to what Ethereum's doing.
Well, I'm going to Ethereum next. I want to see if you want to talk about Bitcoin.
Oh, no, I mean, obviously, we say this all the time. Like, I'm not trading it, so it's a long-term investment. So the money goes in, it stays there. But it's interesting. Like, some people who have been waiting, hopefully, like you said, got into it when it got down to 19.9 or 19.7. Because even at 24, you've made profit. If it gets up to 34, you made even more profit. And we always try to figure out where's the bottom. When it pulls back 60, 70%, we've seen the volatility in it. If you've studied the history of it, you know that, all right, anywhere between 70 to 83, 85% is the time that it usually hits its bottom. And so we got to that point. If your research said it, then you should have invested in it. But again, we keep it long-term. I'm not trading it. We're going to stay in the position.
Yeah, I say Bitcoin and Ethereum are the two that you should hold long-term. Everything else you should trade. So I know some of you you hate every crypto. I don't. I just don't want you guys to lose a bunch of money. But Shiba, Doge, Luna, all the ones that are not the top two, swing trade those. And if you want to day trade them. But Bitcoin and Ethereum, you should hold. I'd like the return, I think, over the last 10 years for Bitcoin, if you held it, it's like 210,000% return.
Yeah, something ridiculous.
You can't argue with that. You can't argue with the math. Yeah. Just hold.
So, all right. So let's talk about Ethereum. The mighty Ethereum is back, has risen. Like the Phoenix is up 50%, I believe, this month.
Yeah. From the low.
Ethereum 2.0 on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Ethereum.
Yeah.
Is Ethereum good now?
Good question. Yeah, so it has risen again. Just the same story as Bitcoin. We saw it pull back to a 1,600 level. Obviously, now it got up to 2,000, pulled back a little bit. But the news of that the merge that's happening, right? So I think they gave us a date over the weekend, saying September 15th. It's going to move from proof of work to proof of stake, which means less energy intensive as far as how they're going to produce, less rewards being given, and more of a proof of stake situation, which is obviously going to make it a more efficient coin or a more efficient blockchain to build on. And so that is going to happen. They're saying the 15th to the 19th. They've already tested. I think last week they had the third trial of the merger and it went successful. And so Vitalik came out, I think probably over the weekend and said, so those are going to be the dates to look out for. So it had a nice ride. Like you said, it's up 52% from its lows. Ethereum is something that we spoke about, over and over. We talked about being the highway for all these blockchains, these coins to be built on, especially from a usage standpoint. So we're long on Ethereum. Yeah.
I'm going to say something that I normally don't say. I don't know. So I'll give you guys a target. So 29.5480 is a price target that we could hit. I just haven't done all the reading, given the fact that I was sick. I haven't had a chance to go through like all the reading and research. I do think, look at, once again, BlackRock, Vanguard. And I know people are like, hey, that doesn't matter. last year was like they would never have influence, and now we see BlackRock and Coinbase start to have a partnership. You're going to see JP Morgan, Citadel, and a few others have a bigger impact on the price movement of Ethereum. Go check and see how big they're buying to give you an insight if it's going to do well. Like if the top 5 hedge funds are buying it like crazy, then it'll be okay. So I'm not playing both sides. I'm just giving a price to where it could go by end of year. And if you're holding it, you should be holding it for a 5-year period anyway, as with any long-term investment. Those are Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'll go on record are the only 2 I think you should not be trading. You should be holding if you believe in them.
Yeah, well, anybody that watches Market Mondays knows I've been pretty consistent when it comes to Ethereum. I think it's the most important cryptocurrency. I think that it is.
Why is that by chance? To play God's advocate.
God's advocate, because of it is use, right? Like, things are built on the Ethereum blockchain. Bitcoin is the most popular one, but outside of it being traded and outside of it just being Bitcoin, which is like the brand name for cryptocurrency, has kind of become like Band-Aid. That's it. Where Ethereum is a whole ecosystem within itself, and it's the largest one. They have competitors, Solana, different things of that nature, but there's still really no competition when you look at it. So being that it's the second biggest crypto, but a whole ecosystem, and it's improving, I feel like it's the most important cryptocurrency and will continue to be the most important cryptocurrency moving forward. And I feel like Ethereum's here to stay. I don't think that it's going to collapse. Of course, it's going to have ups and downs. Cryptos have up and down. Like, that's crypto. Yeah. If you don't want up and down, then you can't invest in cryptocurrency. But long haul, I believe in Ethereum. I have always believed in Ethereum, and I think that Ethereum will be here for a very long period of time.
I'll say this too: if we stay in a crazy interest rate environment and we stay in this like recession-like economy, while the market goes up and banks are more valuable, Ethereum will have a lot more value for sure, because the banks will start to integrate it a lot more. For those you don't, get the take, go look at the episode that we had with BitBoy, which I think was a great episode. Ethereum will be, because every recession, there's new products, new services that are ushered in. Ethereum could be one of the ones that are integrated a hell of a lot faster. So when I was saying, hey, I think the banks are going to take over or maybe destroy, his thesis was, well, they're going to use Ethereum to integrate it into the banking system. If we stay in an environment where interest rates are high, tech stocks are down, Peloton underperforms, if banks do better, Ethereum is going to have a very important place in that banking system to help banks dominate even more.
Yeah, and the low that I'm looking at here was in July 17th. It got down to 993, and so right now it's currently at 1886. So if somebody obviously entered the crypto space at that time, you made profit. I mean, I think we're right at the market. It was around April, May, when it was teetering around 2000. Obviously, it hit its high at 4,800 in last October. So just interesting to watch. But this is why we talk about being patient and understand the volatility and understanding that this asset class is a little bit different than the market, right? Like, these things are very volatile and it moves in a very fast way. But if you can understand the charts when you're trading stocks, then I mean, you're gonna have the same principles that you can use when you're trying to trade crypto. It's just that it's a lot more volatile.
If you guys need an entry, 1544.70 is a good place to get in if you haven't got in already as well. It's going to slide back down, but that's a good place to be able to get in. And don't buy today. Wait for that price. Please put in chat, patience is what pays me. So wait for those right prices and you'll be able to get in and take advantage of the upside of it. And once again, this is for long term. So for those of you that are like taking my prices and remixing them and giving them to your cousin for a 2-day swing trade, this ain't it. I saw a lot of y'all in Atlanta. Man, you let me down. No, you let me down. I said 5 years. I'm sorry. No gambling. No gambling. Hold for the long term.
And here's a rule of thumb, just in investing period. Always bet on the ecosystems. So Amazon is an ecosystem. Apple is an ecosystem. What I mean by that is like if Apple goes down, it's not just Apple going down. All of the apps in the App Store that rely on Apple, all of the like these are things that have to go down. So it's
Our
like
economy will go down.
yeah, it's like Nino Brown. Like, you know what I'm saying? When it was like, it's bigger than Nino Brown. Like, some people are just too big to fail because if you take them down, everybody falls.
Yeah.
So I feel like Ethereum is that for crypto. Ethereum's too big to fail. And if Ethereum fails, it's going to have a tremendous ripple effect, even bigger than Bitcoin. Bitcoin will have a tremendous psychological effect, and a tremendous economic effect.
Mm-hmm.
But if Ethereum goes down, it's going to have a ripple effect across the whole ecosystem. So you have to look at it like this. There's trillions and billions of dollars invested into crypto, but most of it is with hedge funds and institutions. So they have a vested interest for the whole crypto space not to fail. So being that they have a vested interest in the whole crypto space not to fail, they have to keep some coins up. Like Ethereum has to be caught until they have a equal competition that is willing to take it out. You can't afford for Ethereum to fail because it's going to be catastrophic for the whole entire space, and it's going to cost a lot of people money. And at the end of the day, nobody wants to lose money. You don't invest to lose money, especially at the highest levels. So Ethereum is too big to fail.
And even like from a dominance standpoint, I don't know if anybody ever looks at that, but I'm looking at it right now on CoinMarketCap. I remember the days when Bitcoin dominance, the percentage used to be in the 60s and the 70s. Yeah. If you look now, it's at 40%.
Yeah,
Ethereum's at 20%, and so that gap has closed substantially about those two coins, or those two cryptocurrencies, about how much they affect the overall space. So that's interesting to look at.
Yeah, I see what you did with the ripple effect.
Shout out.
I mean, where else are you gonna get New Jack City and Above the Rim in a show? I mean,
shout out to all the Ripple and XRP enthusiasts.
They are here.
No one is bigger enthusiast than Crypto 901. The
Shout
biggest,
out to the king.
biggest XRP enthusiast I've ever seen
to date.
This that Red Panda Anthem. Ian, what's up? This that Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good? Red Panda Anthem. Your boy going up.